Good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majeski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your Talkin Live weather update here on your June 24th, 2025. Well, the big weather story, of course, has to be all the heat. And boy, is it miserable out there. Very hot and humid outside. We're going to do it again for tomorrow, but I have some good news. The heat wave's not going to be sticking around that long. And it looks like the rain chances are really going to spike as we head toward the weekend. So you want to stick around and check out my 7-day forecast here as we give you an update in that department. All right, let's first take a live look right now up at Chattanooga as we're looking at abundant sunshine out there. Not looking too bad. Got a few fair weather clouds outside, but otherwise not looking too bad here in the Chattanooga area. How about over toward Lake Chattooga up in North Georgia? Definitely looking at similar conditions with just some fair weather clouds out there. Notice how hazy it is out there, and really kind of a hazy, hot afternoon. A good day to go to the lake and cool off, but definitely want to take it easy. Make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids if you're outside for any length of time, because with these heat advisories in effect, what that means is you take the combination of the temperature and the humidity, and the feels like temperature to your body is going to be even hotter. So we're talking between 100 and 105 degrees all across Tennessee, northern Alabama, and into northwest Georgia here, not only for the remainder of this afternoon, but again for tomorrow. Now, as we look at our current radar, it's clear. I think that'll remain that way. If something does pop late into this evening, it'll be very, very isolated. So I'm expecting precipitation free for the most part across our region. Now, as we look at our afternoon current temperatures, we're already shooting well into the 90s across the area. We're going to top out into the upper 90s. Some areas across the southeast may even hit 100 degrees. Wouldn't shock me in the least, but high pressure and control across eastern Tennessee and into the Carolinas. And it looks like we're going to stay the precipitation mostly at bay. Seeing a little bit of rain out down here toward New Orleans, up here toward Arkansas, Missouri, but otherwise looking pretty clear right now for the moment. Here's those scatter storms out into the Gulf. And notice we've got just the cumulus clouds here across Alabama and Georgia. And it looks like we're in store for another hot day tomorrow, although I think the rain chance will come back at us for tomorrow as well. Now, we got a disturbance that's going to be rolling in out of the Carolinas into Georgia late tomorrow. And because of that, remember, we got very, very hot temperatures. And hot temperatures, the thunderstorms, it's like jet fuel. It's like octane gas, all right? So it's really going to give these thunderstorms a little bit of an extra kick. And typically, what I see with this kind of setup is that we get not only robust thunderstorms, but ones that produce a tremendous amount of lightning. So we have to watch this very closely as this disturbance rides in, heading in for tomorrow. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Here's the high-resolution model data here. Notice the timestamp there in the upper right-hand corner. All right, so for today, rest of the today, again, you might see a stray shower. Can't rule it out, but I think for the most part, we're precipitation-free. Tomorrow, though, late in the day, here comes that disturbance rolling out of the Carolinas and into Georgia. A lot of the heavier stuff's down to the south, but there is enough in here, this area we got to watch. And if this shifts just a little bit further north, we're talking tens of miles here, it can make a significant impact on as far as the rain chances for tomorrow. Right now, keeping it limited, but the further south you go toward metro Atlanta, the higher the rain chance is going to be. Chattanooga area, I'm keeping it at about 20% for tomorrow. But tomorrow night, again, some scatter storms, and then the rain chances really go up, going beyond then. So, again, that's what we're watching for late tomorrow. So that's one part of the weather story here going into your Wednesday. Then we got to talk about, obviously, the heat. So that's going to be quite a bit. I want to go ahead and show you the latest high-resolution model on that one as well. Again, this is a snapshot here, and I want to back this up one here. Let me back this up here. There we go. So this is coming in about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The one thing I want to highlight here is notice these temperatures up here. Chattanooga 103, Rome 106, 104 in Dalton. So some very, very high heat indices. That's that feel-like temperature when you combine the air temperature and the humidity. So it's going to be just a brutal day. Very similar to what we're seeing this afternoon. We're going to do it again for tomorrow. But after tomorrow, things will start to get better. So let's go look at your full forecast here. Let's go and take a look at that as I go and put this into motion here over the next week, so you kind of see what's going on over the next 7 days. You're going to notice the rain chance is definitely going to start to come up. You'll see more of that darker green showing up on the map. So again, not looking too bad for the rest of today, but going into tomorrow, into the afternoon, you notice we get the green back. So we got a slight chance of rain for tomorrow, but a very sharp dividing line there. You notice the further you go into Tennessee, especially to the west, the drier it gets. Looking good on the Thursday morning. Friday, boom, here it comes. Look at the dark green in there. That means we're going to see higher rain chances here across Tennessee and into Alabama and Georgia here going into your Friday. So how does that look going into the weekend? Let's take a look here. Saturday, well, look at that. Same thing. We got a good moisture tap there out of the Gulf. It's going to be very unsettled. That continues into Sunday with high rain chances there. Monday, backs off maybe a little bit. And Thursday. So a lot of deep green there all across the southeast. Very similar weather pattern looks like returning to like what we had before the heat wave moved on in. So we got a little bit of a break for about a week We went from the extreme heat. Now we're going to go back to extreme chances of rain that are going to be a little bit elevated than what we traditionally see. We're not talking about your normal summertime pattern. We're talking 30-40% chance of rain every day. We're talking getting up to 70-80% chance of rain every day. So definitely a little more widespread. All right, let's go and take a look at your forecast here for the Chattanooga area for tomorrow. Again, 98-75. It is going to be a sweltering day. Those feel like temperatures once again, 104, 105 degrees. Again, it's going to be a brutal day there. Another steamer. Again, morning lows probably up a few degrees just because of how hot it was this morning. Most areas here in the middle 70s for really. Chattanooga 75 there, 74 in Dalton, 72 in Dunlap. Still holding on a few upper 60s across the mountains over toward North Carolina and North Georgia, but generally looking at a kind of a muggy night tonight. Daytime highs tomorrow, very similar to today's. 98 there in Chattanooga, 97 all across Northwest Georgia, 94 over in Blue Ridge, 92 in Murphy, 96 in Dayton. Again, we'll watch and see if we get a stray thunderstorm probably late in the day, heading into the evening hours tomorrow. Will depend on how that disturbance tracks into Georgia going into tomorrow evening. All right, regionally looking like this: 99 in Nashville, 96 in Memphis, 97 in Mobile, 96 in Destin. Check out Columbia, 101 there. Again, we'll watch the thunderstorms there rolling out of the Carolinas and coming into Georgia going into tomorrow night. Now, as far as the next 7 days are concerned, here we go. We're going to start the cooling trend. Really going to call it. It's all relative, I guess, in the summertime. 94, got the rain chance 40%, 50%, 93, 70%, and then to 80%. Those the temperatures are trending right back downward to 90 degrees as we head toward next Tuesday. Overnight lows, they don't change all that much, really. Going to stay mostly maybe from the mid-70s back to the low 70s, but at least the heat wave will be short-lived. That's the good news. But we're all going to be getting back into a wet and rainy pattern. So hopefully you got your yard work did. I did. Mine's finally caught up. But looks like we're going to get a threat of more rain and more thunderstorms. And these thunderstorms, they've definitely been gully washers so far as the spring has been concerned. And we'll see how it works out going into next week. Again, appreciate everybody checking us out here on the Talkin Live broadcast channel here. Again, you can always follow us on the North Georgia Majestic Weather Facebook page as well. And again, if you guys ever have any weather-related questions, that's the best place to reach me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. All right, that's y'all's update for now. You guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. You guys stay safe out there and stay hydrated. We'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.